Tengo miedo, estoy nerviosa. I'm kidding. Katty, mate, ya.
Ella va a entrevistar al señor David Beckham en inglés.
Amigos secretos. Es que tengo otro micrófono.
Entonces, eres una
Déjame en paz. Saluda.
Ok.
Primo,
Nos reímos.
estoy muy nerviosa. Déjame en paz.
Ya no nuestro inglés desenvuelto todo. Mal hablado, pero sí.
Pues estoy nerviosa también porque es mi primera interview en inglés.
Cuando ella hable de la primera, tú lees la segunda y dices, ¿qué le voy a decir? ¿Qué le voy a decir? Ya está.
A ver, préstamelo, Miguel.
¿Qué sentiste en ese momento?
Bueno, Catalina ya llegó. Ya no te vas a joder.
Cállate, quiero agua. Katty, nice to meet you.
Hi. You look like you're all matching the sofa. Look at you. All good? Yes.
Ya. Estoy muy nerviosa, de verdad. Ya vino a presentarse como su manager y así, pero verlo él voy a estar en shock, a ver si me salen las palabras y a ver si me sale el inglés. Ay,
How are you? I'm Tanya.
están gigantes.
Nice meeting you. Oh, donkeys.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Last details. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good.
David with Tanya, okay.
course.
And Miguel with Katty. Okay. Thank you very much.
Gracias, es mi perfil.
Ajá.
I'm sorry, I'm
She's
so
Katty
nervous.
Killer. She's a striker. Really good one.
Thank you.
I must admit, the garbage truck in London does not sound. I always wanted to be a footballer. You know, that was something that I realised when I was very young.
He might, yeah. Totally he might.
I do.
None of
Don't
you,
worry
none
about
of you, but I love Messi.
We love Messi.
Yeah, I think everyone loves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody, he's such a good person. He's such a good character, and obviously that's not even discussing how good he is at playing our game that we love.
And you were saying about the celebrations. Hugo Sanchez was huge about celebrations. Do you have like any celebrations that
Me?
Yeah.
You must have a few.
No. Yesterday I actually did
yeah.
like Leo.
you
So
did?
yeah, I really admire him and I had the chance to saw him playing in Qatar and I was crying a lot. But yeah, he's one of my idols as you are too. So yeah, I did that like Leo yesterday. Yeah, just because I admire him, not because it means something.
I just go crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes to my mind, I run and do whatever it comes.
I never really had a celebration. I slid on my knees a few times, or jumped in the air, but I didn't score that many either. So
Oh, what a goals you scored!
Yeah.
No, I can't, you know?
no,
You score.
I scored goals, but I didn't score a lot of goals. You know, I was more assists.
Quality against quantity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
People turn around to me and say, "Was you nervous? You know, in games?" I said, never, because we'd had a week of training up until that game on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you're ready. If you're not ready, then you've not done enough during the week,
Yes.
so you're prepared.
How do you feel about that, Kathy?
I feel no pressure. Well, the pressure is there. We play for America, so it's one of the most important teams in Mexico.
most.
When you are on the field, everything you can even silence the crowd. You are that focused. You know what to do, and you enjoy it. Everything is just silence for me. I'm all nervous of being here talking with you guys than on the field. Yeah, totally. I know he's a legend, so yeah.
Do you ever think of not being a professional soccer player?
I always wanted to become, you know, that was my dream, but I think growing up in the East End of London, that was a lot of kids' dreams at that point.
What about you, Kathy?
For me, it's different because at my age, at that time, we don't have a professional league in Mexico, and it was hard to see in other countries too. So I always had that dream to play on those stadiums that I went with my dad, and I dreamed with that. I dreamed to be on those fields playing, but it was different because it was hard. I started at 6 in a boys team full of boys. I was the only girl, so it was different for me, but I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful too because I have the opportunity to be part of the league in Mexico from the day one. So
You're
yeah.
excited about the growth of the game as well, because the women's game
Yeah.
has gone from strength to strength. You know, I lived in America for 6 years, and the level was always top level, especially in Europe and especially in the UK now. You know, the league for the women's is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, we have 45, 50,000 fans turning up to watch, you know, the girls play now, which is, I've always been a supporter of the women's game. So to see it now, the growth of it has been incredible. It must be exciting for you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Actually, I saw in the news that they have to change the starting match from stadium because of the demand of the tickets. That's amazing. That talks about what football is moving, women's football is moving, and I'm so excited to be part of. That's a superstition.
Yeah, that's superstition.
I always put a tape on my wrist.
Okay.
And I write so many things, like I write the names of my grandmas that passed away. I put so many things that I want to do on the game. I always need to enter on the field with the right foot.
Okay.
That's a superstition to me, so yeah.
It is.
It is. What about
You?
you?
I never had any, to
Any?
be honest. No, I suppose the only thing that I used to do is if I played well the week before, I'd wear exactly the same boots. If not, I'd change them. Young kids, they feel that they can walk into any team, but it's not that easy. You have to put in the hard work. It's not just about having one good season, it's about having 10 good seasons. That's what
Maintain
gives
there.
you maintain that level.
What about you?
It's different again.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot of players here in Mexico and the rules are different for us. But yeah, it's on you if you want to be the best version of yourself or if you don't want to become a very good player. It's on you. It's not just on the field, it's out too with the girls, as you say, to inspire those girls to be an example for them, take those responsibilities. It's hard for me sometimes, but I'm a very boring person, so it's easy for me that part to stay on one place and be relaxed, do whatever I have to do to be ready for tomorrow's practice. So yeah,
But you're not boring. You're a professional.
I'm a professional.
Yes.
But boring too.
It's important what you just said. You know, I think that you have a responsibility.
Yes.
And the responsibility is not just on the pitch, it's off the pitch. And
Yeah.
I think the way you act on the pitch and off the pitch, young kids are watching. You know, my sons watch certain players and they're like, yeah, but Dad, they were dressed like that. Why can't I dress like that? Or
Yeah,
they did
even
that
on
on
your
the
dress,
pitch.
yeah.
Why can't I do it? So everything that you do, whether it's on the field or off the field, young kids are watching, and that's the responsibility that you have when you're at this level.
Sorry, but what about your free kicks? How do you learn to do that?
Seems like you practice it a lot.
Again, it was practice. Yeah, it was practice. You know, from a young age, I knew that I could, you know, kick the ball as far as I could, but I didn't realise till, you know, later on that,
Yeah.
you know, that I could get the bend and swerve and all,
You
all
were
of that.
like master.
Yeah.
You know what, I used to practice so much, and that's what we go back to saying about these young kids these days, you know, the young players. I'm not sure that a lot of them put in the time as much as I suppose we all did when we were young. You know, I used to stay out after training and take 50 free kicks, 50 corners, 50 crosses, and I still did that at the end of my career. I was still doing, not as many because the goal that I scored against Greece, the night before in training, I took, I think it was 9 free kicks. I missed 8 and scored the last one. And on the day of the game, I took 7 or 8 free kicks. I think it was 8 free kicks. I missed 7 and scored 1. And we've got that on video. We had that on video the night before the game, and obviously then the day of the game. No, it was in '99, so
99.
I can't remember the name of
Sorry.
it.
I don't know those models, sorry.
Because
I'm
you
kidding,
were
I'm
born
kidding.
Was it ball?
Which year did you born?
98.
Ouch! I fell.
Yeah.
Where were you at that time?
I was getting sent off against Argentina.
Yes.
So it wasn't my greatest moment.
Sorry.
But it's okay. That was a loud one.
It's a wrap. Oh my God, I was so nervous, sorry. Yeah, I was sweating a lot. Your struggles with this ball, such an honor.
Always the ones with it.
Thank you. Somos como niños chiquitos, Miguel y yo.
We're like little.
Thank you so much. Los niños en Disney. Ya respiro, estaba muy nerviosa, no sé qué más decir, porque está aquí. Al lado. The biggest fan. Oye, ¿dónde quedó mi tachón?
¿Estuviste? O
Ay,
sea,
shut up.
eres la más bilingüe. O sea, Marta de baile.
Llorando que no hablaba inglés.
Marta de baile. O sea, nos dejaste
Marta de baile.
unos tontos.
Les traje sus coquitas en calcetita.
Eres muy crack, Katty, eres muy crack.
Gracias, amigos. Los
Ya,
quiero.
o sea, ya cuido yo la chamba de conductora, me va a dejar sin.
Aguas, se logró, estoy muy feliz. Era mi primera interview en inglés, por eso estaba muy nerviosa. Creo que no lo hice tan mal, sí me trabé como unas cuantas veces, pero por estar viendo a Miguel tenía mucho calor, estoy sudando mucho, pero ya, se logró.